If all we have is time, then we'll be alright. It's not love, but it's better than dreaming.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the vlog. I hope you guys are having an awesome day so far. I know I am. Right now, so basically, when you guys are watching this video, I will probably be on the flight. Oh my god, the camera's turned. Hold on, I didn't even realize. We good? We good? I don't know. I hope it doesn't start twisting again. Basically, when you guys be watching this video, I'll be on the flight home back to Melbourne from Sydney. So I had an awesome weekend in Sydney. I want to do a little bit of a recap right now before we get into the main topic and what I want to talk about. A little recap. So pretty much we came here, we had the Australian finals, Australasian finals as they call it, and it was the ASA. So basically what this event was all about was pretty much everyone in the Australian finals who qualified through the ASAs that went on throughout the year came to this event, and we all met here. And for the pro riders anyways, it was their chance to qualify for Worlds. And Worlds is going to be held later on this year in Barcelona, I believe. I think it's around June, July time, don't quote me. I'm pretty sure it's around that time. That's what I've been told anyway. I've only ever done Worlds twice, and that was 3 years ago now. But the event was so much fun when I did do Worlds. I absolutely loved it. I think my favorite part about competitions and stuff like that was coming together with the riders and coming together with all my friends. A lot of my friends are actually in scooters. So, you know, like when we're doing this and stuff, it's so awesome to come out to places like this and just meet up with friends and be able to see everyone, because most of us live in different states and stuff, so we can't always just hang out. Like it's not that easy. So the main objective for the competition for the pro riders was to qualify. The way it works basically is that, so throughout the year, one person from each state gets a golden ticket, and then whoever has a golden ticket can't receive another golden ticket. So when they qualify, say if they come inside the top 10 at this competition, the positions get bumped down. So for this instance, in the results, we had Jared Colwell, Dylan Morrison, and Mac Daniels were the three in the competition that had already had a golden ticket. Dane Forbes also had one, I'm pretty sure, but he didn't end up competing. He had some problems with his back. So we had these three people, and they all came within the top 10. So then what happens is then positions get moved down. So basically, it will no longer be the top 10, it'll be the top 13. So it'll go down 3 positions, and then they qualify whatever else, because they already have gold tickets, they've already qualified. But as far as results go, I'll give you guys a little bit of an insight. I was not able to film the pro comp. Now, the reason for this is because it was very, very important that I judged pros, and it was something I had to pay 110% attention to, and it had to be taken very, very seriously. So that's exactly what I did. I did not have my camera with me. I just paid attention to the judging. After the judging, we also spent 2.5 hours, literally 2.5 hours, adding up, putting together everything so it all made sense, and making sure we went through each run, each rider, things that we liked, things we didn't like, things I did well, things I didn't do well, to have the outcome of the results, which I believe everyone was very pleased with, and I believe it was very reasonable. It was something I spent a lot of time with. So if there's any pros that are watching this and stuff, and you guys weren't like too happy with your positions or anything like that, please do not hesitate to like DM me on Instagram or contact me somehow, even come up to me and ask, you know, like why do you think I placed here? What do you think I could have done better? Because seriously, like I took every single rider into consideration from 1st to 32nd, and I literally went over every single run. So anyway, but to break it down, the top 3 riders were Spencer Chermside in 1st, Angus Hughes in 2nd, and Jared Colwell in 3rd. And these guys absolutely killed it. Not only did they absolutely kill it, the whole division absolutely killed it. Honestly, all of them did. They did so well. I mean, a couple of people had a bit of fumbles here and there, but that's a given. That happens when you ride. That happens in competitions when the nerves get you, or, you know, you can just be on a bad day. You can just have a bad day. You can, you know, like, there's so much stuff that goes into competitions, and that's what I think a lot of people don't realize, is that you can't take a rider in a competition as an overall rider, because that doesn't really represent how they are. For example, Colby Rugrock, he gets a little bit nervous in competitions, doesn't like doing them that much, but like, you put him on a skate park where he's just filming an edit and stuff like that, and it's absolutely insane. Like, it's like next level, just crazy. I want to get to the topic of this video right now. And something that I get asked like quite a bit, and I got asked a lot this weekend actually, and that is pretty much like why I don't compete anymore, why I didn't compete in this, or why I didn't compete in the ASAs. And I'm going to tell you guys honestly right now. So I used to do ASA for a very long time. I did ASA, ISA for probably like 3 or 4 years or something like that. And I competed at pretty much every single one of the comps, and I had so much fun doing it. That's the thing. Like me and Brendan Smith back in the day, we used to go to these competitions and just, we would be laughing the whole comp. You know, like there's a lot of people that took it very seriously, and we took it serious as a competition when we were doing our runs, but just had fun, you know what I mean? Like in all honesty, I never have ever once planned out an entire comp run. I usually just do, I know the first trick I want to do, and that's about it. I just wing the rest of it. So it was something that I took seriously, but probably not as seriously as I should have at the time. But that being said, I always had a lot of fun doing it, and so did like Brandon, and so does everyone. But it is something we got to realize we're still got to have fun with it and stuff like that. But it definitely is something that I believe I should have taken a little bit more seriously, just in terms of planning out my competition runs and stuff like that, and really practicing for it, because I never really did do that. I was much more of an edit rider than I was a competition rider, because I just didn't like the pressure at competitions and stuff like that. But even then, there's something I've always said, and that is that I don't believe that competitions are the most efficient way for interaction with kids and fans, because on comp day, riders are so zoned in, and you have to be. There's nothing, this is me too, I was like this, you're so zoned in that you can't give anything else as much attention outside of you. You can still give yourself attention, but just not to the extent you should be able to, if that makes sense. So, but when we do stuff like ride days and that, we can really spend time with kids, and we can really sit down and talk to them, alright, like, you know, like, how you going, like, what tricks are you trying to do? But when we're trying to practice our own comp runs, we can't really sit there and give people advice on how to do all that stuff. Because I didn't really like the fact that you couldn't interact with kids as much as you can at just normal events like ride days, and that was one of the reasons. But one of the main reasons, and this is something I can say honestly, is that the judging in the competitions back then, and even somewhat I've heard recently, was just so all over the place, it wasn't even funny. Favoritism was the biggest thing ever. Being biased was the biggest thing ever. Like it wasn't good, and the biggest problem with that is that a lot of riders that put in so much effort into practicing and so much effort into getting to where they want to be, they get let down, they get disappointed and discouraged because they form an awesome run, like their run is flawless and they do all these crazy tricks. But if their name isn't something big in the sport, a lot of the times they're very overlooked, and that's one of the biggest problems in every sport. It is a problem in every sport, not just scooters, it does happen a lot. And that was something that I did not like. And even me being like somewhat of a decent name here in like Australia and stuff, and even overseas, sometimes I even got judged horrible, like, and I'll say that, like, I did some good comp runs and I got judged so bad. But you know, at the end of the day, it didn't matter too much, but it's just, it kind of led me to go away from competitions for a little bit, which is exactly what I believe I needed to do, and I'm so happy I did. I really need to just get away from them for a little bit, I guess. Just kind of like I was still around them. I was still judging competitions. I still went to all of them. I just didn't enter them. I just enjoyed being there, and I actually got to spend quality time with fans and all that type of stuff as well, because I wasn't focused on a competition run. I was focused on just hanging out. The thing was, if you guys don't know, I did live in America for almost like 2 years. I entered like one comp while I was there, and that was the Escondido Pro Series. So it was like the day before for people that didn't qualify for Pro Series or weren't in Pro Series, because I wasn't in it. And I actually ended up winning that competition, which is funny, but pretty much like I feel like I just wasn't enjoying myself at competitions, and it was kind of like putting a damper on my riding, and it made me kind of like second guess my own riding when I didn't need to, if that makes sense. Like I wasn't enjoying it, and that's the biggest problem. I've always said if I wasn't enjoying something I'm doing, especially with riding, I wouldn't do it anymore. And basically I stopped doing it just for a little bit. But I haven't really competed for probably, like, in all honesty, like properly competed, like on going to competitions for probably like 2 years actually, and I'm glad I took that time off to not do that. I haven't decided whether I want to compete or anything just yet, but who knows. But anyway, that was one of the reasons, and also I took that time off. I went to America. I wasn't in Australia to be able to compete in all the ASA events, because you need to compete in them to get the points so you can go to the Australian final and then whatever. I wouldn't have even had enough points. I would have competed in like maybe 1 or 2 comps, which is, it's whatever. I was doing other stuff, and I believe at the time it was good for me. I've been working on building my social media, doing the YouTube and everything like that, and I'm very thankful for all that, and it's something that I'm glad I've been doing as well. That is the main, like, I guess 3 reasons why why I haven't competed or why I didn't compete, why I don't compete, whatever else. But I believe that we had a meeting the other day with the ASA and stuff like that, and talking about the judging and all that type of stuff. And I believe there'll be, it is improving, 100% it is improving, and it's doing very well, and everyone's staying on top of it. So as long as we're all on the same page, the judging will definitely, it already has improved just from this one competition, and it's only going to keep on getting better, especially everything in screws will just keep on getting better. And I'm pumped for that. I'm pumped. This got me hyped. I'm so keen to go back to Melbourne and ride now. Like, I like Sydney, but the skate parks in Melbourne, I need Empire and Shed and Ramfest and those parks. But anyways, guys, that's a little wrap up. I'm sorry this was just a talking video. Right now, I'm about to go ride and film the next video, but I'm gonna have to, like, this one's a lot quicker to edit because it's basically just sitting here talking, and because we have to catch a plane at 6 PM tonight, and it's already like 12 or something like that, so I need to be very, very quick on editing this video, getting it up, getting the thumbnail done, getting it on YouTube before I catch a plane so I can go up in time so you guys don't miss it. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for the support. Thank you everyone who came and asked for a signature and photo, everything like that while I was here. I love you guys so much. You're the absolute best. Also, I apologize that I have not replied to any YouTube comments, and doing my best on Instagram. It's a lot easier on Instagram, but YouTube, it's very, very hard to do. I'm constantly traveling and I'm having to look after things. But as soon as I'm back in Melbourne, you know, I'll be back on it. I'll be going back and replying to all the comments that I haven't replied to as well. It's going to take me a little bit, but more than worth it. So, anyways, that's going to wrap up the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you smash a huge thumbs up. Love you guys so much. Subscribe, become a part of the Volofam, and I'll see you tomorrow.